of Star Shadow Plays. I'm your host Rob, aka Star Shadow, and we're gonna start up some Outer Wilds. I was planning on playing Star Traders today, but there's a combat bug, so I can't really do anything. So let's start this up. I was planning on starting this up Sunday, but give it a shot. So this is an exploration game, and we'll just kind of see what's going on. I'm not exactly sure what to expect, but controller based is how they recommend, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so jumping, if you just press it, you jump low, but if you hold it, you bend your knees and you jump a little bit higher. So there's our pilot back from your pre-launch camp out under the stars, I see. So it's launch day, eh? Seems like only yesterday you joined the space program and suddenly here you are, leaving on your first solo voyage. What do you say? Ready to get this beauty off the ground? It's all fueled up and ready to go. So I'm gonna ask, are you sure you fixed the retro rockets? That was only a problem one time, and then maybe a few times after that, but hey, no reason to dwell on the past, right? Anyway, you need to get the launch codes from Hornfells at the observatory before you can lift off. Just bring those here once you said your goodbyes or whatever. Okay, so we got this is the rocket, I guess, so one of these two ways is the way to go. Let's go this way. So we had to hit up the observatory. Oh, here's someone. Let's talk to him. Hey, it's you. Slate said you were blasted off in your ship today. I'm really excited to see the launch. Aren't you going to go into space? Aren't you? You better not have changed your mind. Oh, I hear you and Slate beefed up the model ship. Can I see it? Yeah, we recalibrated the controls and installed better thrusters. Want to give it a test drive? Slate says it's just like the real thing, only less likely to start a fire. Try to land on one of the geyser pools. Show me what you got. Oh, here we go. So you can fly the model ship. Okay, we have horizontal thrust and then up and down thrust. So that's down, this is up. Whoops. Ha. Okay, up. Oh, you. Oh, this is gonna take some getting used to. We'll reset it. Okay. Is that what we wanted? One of the geyser pools? Okay, we'll try to roll one then. There's the observatory, so that's cool. Whoa. Alright, so that's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some troubles, I think. That's fine. Okay, Porphy. Hey yo, hatchling. I hear you're leaving us to seek adventure among the stars. When you return, let's you, me, and Ghost Simple open up a bottle of the good stuff. The good stuff is less delicious sap wine and more daunting digestive challenge. I like it. An iron stomach is the mark of a true Hearthian, my friend. Only hardy hunter-gatherer lifestyle stems from trial and error, by which I mean our ancestors survived eating a lot of bad things. See what's going on over here. Rutile. You're actually blasting off in that thing, huh? They really don't explode as often anymore. All I know is between the space program and Mika's model rockets, things seem to burn to the ground around here more often than they used to. This pilot seat used by pioneering astronaut Feldspar is all that remains of our inaugural flight into space. Although it's been argued such a distinction requires a breathtakingly liberal definition of flight, that day will nevertheless always be remembered as landmark achievement in Hearthian history. I don't know if that's supposed to make me feel better or not. Right, Marl. So it's lunch day, huh? Hale's going to miss you. Speaking of lunch day, I was thinking about it, and the platform those ships launch from is getting old. Isn't it about time you built a new, less flammable one? That big tree in the village would make the perfect choice. I wouldn't mind helping out the space program. Just say the word. I really want to do this one, but maybe next time. Nice try. You know, you really have it out for that tree. What? No, I just think it's in the way. Someone ought to go chop it down, you know. Specifically me. You think this has to do with the time I fell out of bed and broke my arm? That was when we were hatchlings. Who would hold a grudge for that long? I can imagine people would do that. Oh, niece. Hello there, Space Cadet. I hear you're leaving the crater today. If you meet any of the other travelers up there, remind them to take proper care of their instruments, won't you? So, tell me about the travelers' instruments. Oh, sure. I made all of their instruments, you know. Let me see. There's Chert's drums, Rayback's banjo, and Gabbro's flute. And Feldspar's harmonica, of course, though Feldspar's been missing for a long time. Sometimes it feels just yesterday they were playing their harmonica around the campfire. Anyway, you hear any music in space, that'll be one of the space program's other travelers. If you feel like company, you can always pull out your signal scope and track them down. Well, that's cool. So I'm gonna be the first. That actually does make you feel better. Tefra. Hello, astronaut. What's with the radio? We wanted to play hide and seek, but Moraine won't let us borrow their signal scope because it's really delicate and not supposed to be thrown around like that. Hey, can we use your signal scope? Can we? Can we please? We'll even let you be it. Not today. Ah, really? But we can't play without a signal scope. Play with us later, okay? Alright. Galena. Good luck in space. Let's see. Spin out. Fishing rhyme, fishing rhyme. Singing helps me pass the time. You're leaving the crater? Guess we'll all be a little busier without you around to lend a hand. That big water plant. Giant's Deep. That's where I'd go. Why's that? One time, after the rest of the village had left to sleep, and it was just the two of us sitting around the campfire, Gabriel told me about their first trip to Giant's Deep. They landed their ship easily enough in the waves, but couldn't see too far down, on account of how murky the water was, I guess. Too dark. Gabriel wants to see what lay beneath the surface, so they decided to travel deeper. They traveled down and down. But suddenly, Gabriel couldn't go any further. Tell me more. I will. I was just pausing dramatically. As though exercising a will of its own, the water was refusing to let Gabriel go any deeper. It held Gabriel back, almost as if it were trying to protect him from something. And then, in the terrible darkness, Gabriel saw it. The tentacle of some hideous beast. Was there a sapline involved during Gabriel's campfire story? Come to think of it, don't you have somewhere you should be exploring that isn't here? Didn't like me talking about him. the waterfall, okay. Looks cool. Alright, let's go over here first. Let's see if there's any... There is someone over there. Okay, I wonder if... I mean, we can, so... Can we do it without falling is the question. No, dying! Whoops. Gotta practice my walking here. My controls. Alright, maybe we'll just go over there and not try to climb. Oh, something's going on over here. Arknos. Hi, astronaut. You know the patch of ghost matter inside this fence? Ghostin said it used to be bigger when they were a hatchling. Because ghost matter evaporates. It just takes a super long time to go away. I hope there's still ghost matter in the village when I grow up. Ghost matter is awesome. You know ghost matter's how Tektite lost her foot, right? Whoa, really? That is so cool. Oh, whoever was up there is gone now. Is it you? Oh, hello, astronaut. This is good weather for your launch, right? That's lucky. What are you up to? I'm using my signal scope to pick up sounds from distant planets. It's set to the Outer Wilds Ventures frequency so I can pick up the traveler's music. Last night I heard Ryback's banjo coming from Brittle Hollow. I hope that means they're safe. I can hear different planets too. It depends on what time of day or night it is, since different planets are in the sky at different times. Signal scopes are cool. Wow, okay. Interesting. So, looks like a moon. Cool. Oh, there's another observation deck up here. I saw smoke coming from Young Bar Crater up north and figured I should go check it out. You can use the scout launcher. Just please don't break it while I'm gone. Tight. North is Young Bar Crater. And northwest is the Geyser Mountains, okay. Alright, let's see if we can do this. Can't tell what's going on. Interesting. Let's try the other side over here. Oh, look at that. Those supposed to be the Geyser Mountains. Cool. Alright. The camera, okay. The observatories. Actually, that way. The Zero-G cave is over here. Hey, come say hi to your old flight coach before you launch. I've got Zero-G training set up if you need a refresher. Sounds like a plan, Ghostin. Hey, I thought I might see you before the big launch. Did nerves getting the better of you? Right, like you weren't nervous for your first flight. Hey, don't worry about it. Your nerves are between you, me, and the vast endlessness of space. But really, you'll do fine out there. I'd worry more about that ship if I were you. Hopefully that lunatic Slate has at least fixed the retro rockets. So listen, there's a satellite, which is definitely not just a piece of broken mining equipment, set up down in the Zero-G cave and in need of repairs. If you're looking for a little last-minute Zero-G practice, head down the lift and into the cave. Or don't, so long as you're confident that you can make ship repairs in space. One repaired satellite coming up. Cool. Get to it and try not to concuss yourself right before your first launch. Sounds like a good idea to practice. There we go. Okay. Well, jump in. Okay. Oh, so I got a flashlight. There we go. Zero-G cave right here. Okay. Right is up thrust. Left is down thrust. Okay. Someone else is down here. Let's check it out. Tough. Hey, hey, nice of you to drop down. I'm getting some zero-G time in. So you're going in there? In the cave? What? No, I'm fine. Great. Great and fine. You don't look fine. Well, you know I hate that cave, so I don't know why you're gonna make me talk about it. Now I've got hand sweats. Okay, perfect. So far, so good. Okay, gravity is right here, okay. Oh, I flew right by it. Okay. Perfect. Okay. I didn't realize we had fuel there, but we do. Alright, so now let's just be a little bit better about what we're doing here. Get a little bit closer. Just gotta get a little bit closer. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so there's one more spot. Where is it? Just ran into something, I think. We're circling. Just looking for the other repair spot. Those two were easy to find. Oh, in there. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. So now we just gotta make it back out. Which I believe is up here. Alright, now we just can't go the rest of the way. Perfect. There's our lift. I wonder, it looked like there was some more options up here. Oops. Or is that all just the same cave? Nope, it's all the same. Alright. So I'm a little better at flying myself than the ship itself, so. It's good practice though. Nicely done. Of course, it'll be a little more stressful when you're hurtling through space, but just remember you're training and try not to hit anything big. I can see you're itching to get off this rock, so go get the launch codes from the observatory and get out of here already. Best of luck out there, and hey, try to avoid getting yourself killed now that I've put so much time into training, you got it? There's the sun. Outer Wilds Ventures founding members. Cockeyes from top left, Hornfowls, Ghostin, Slate, and Feldspar. Cool. Outer Wilds Ventures, Timber Earth's first and only space program, was founded to explore the furthest reaches of our solar system. Feldspar was the first Hearthian to be intentionally launched into space. They completed the first orbit around Timber Hearth and later made the first of what would be many landings on our moon, the Rock. Cool. This remarkably intact statue was carved by the Nomai, an ancient species who dwelled in our solar system thousands of years ago. The statue provides us with our most detailed look yet at the Nomai, who appear to have been covered with a layer of fur. Note the decorative jewelry that has been carved as part of the ancestors, a part of the antlers. Although their artifacts and structures have been found on almost every planet in this solar system, we still have no idea where this species came from or what happened to them. Hi, Hal. Hey, it's my favorite astronaut. Launch day at last, huh, buddy? It's the translator tool's inaugural flight. Inaugural flight, too. I'm so excited, it's making me nauseous. Just think, you'll be able to translate any Nomai text you want. Anywhere you are. The two of us put a lot of hours into inventing that tool, so don't break it, okay? Oh, jeez, do not break it. Ignore me, okay? I'm just nervous. And I'm not even the one that's going into space. How are you feeling? Yeah, I'm terrified right now. Aw, don't let me make you nervous. You've been training for this day since we were hatchlings, remember? You'll do great. I promise. So what's the dirt? You here to see the new Nomai statue? New statue? You haven't heard? Capro brought it back with them from Giant's Deep, and Hornfels just finished prepping it for display. This is it right here. Neat, huh? Makes me wish we could see what a real live Nomai looks like, but I guess this is as close as we'll ever get. Check it out. Looks like they had fur. Fur is weird. This is the first fully intact statue ever found, you know. And for how old it is, it's in great shape. Ah, jeez, I get a little carried away there. Go on, you have a ship to launch. Take care of yourself out there, you hear? Wonder if I could get closer to it. Alright. Wait, do they have 3 eyes? Whoa, weird. Alright, so... watch closely. These balls move on their own. The ground is perfectly level. So what do you think makes this creepy motion? The answer is the moon. As it orbits our planet, the rock's gravity pulls on objects from different directions. In fact, it's pulling on you right now. This piece of Nomai writing was essential to deciphering their unique language. Although this text is linear, Nomai text often branches off from a central point. Interestingly, each branch tends to be written by a different author. Cassava. We're nearly ready. Felix and I have finished construction, and she says calibrating the device won't take long. Fortunately, the rock's lack of atmosphere will make calibration simple. After all this time, I'm thrilled to finally resume our search. Felix and Cassava. Okay, so what's this here? Nothing? Okay. It says weird scribbles, it's interesting. Aside from the dwellings and structures they built, the Nomai also made art. This decorated pottery was discovered on Brittle Hollow. Some ancient Nomai art depicts strange animals, foreign celestial objects, and other subjects that can't be found in our solar system, which makes us wonder whether the Nomai originated elsewhere in the universe or simply had vibrant imaginations. Were the Nomai born in our solar system, or were they born among other stars and planets? And if they were, how and why did they come here? These are just some of the questions we hope to answer to further xenoarchaeological expeditions. Switchy. What you see here are parts of the Nomai skeleton. We can tell from their skulls that they possessed antlers and, quite unusually, only 3 eyes. The Nomai body was most likely adapted for living exclusively on land. The differences in the Nomai's anatomy, such as their shockingly fragile bone structure, show us that Hearthians couldn't have descended from the Nomai ancestors. It's not clear where the Nomai originated from or why they disappeared. We hope to find more clues to this puzzle as we explore our solar system. The Nomai technology brought back from space by our astronauts has been a great boon to outer wilds ventures, allowing us to modify expedition gear in exciting and useful ways. For example, the little scout now boasts a warp retrieval capability that allows the astronauts to recall their scouts almost instantly. This has dramatically reduced the number of scouts lost to the depths of space, which we saw in action. This crystal was taken from a Nomai ruin on Brittle Hollow. It seems to create a local gravity distortion, and was most likely used to traverse steep surfaces. Try it out. Ah, cool. If a star is massive enough, it will continue to fuse carbon into even heavier elements like iron. Ultimately, the star will collapse under its own gravity and then explode in a violent event called a supernova. Based on Church's observations, this will one day be the fate of our own sun. It's called foreshadowing. As the star's core contracts, it gets hotter, causing the outer layers to expand. The star has become a red giant. When the core is hot enough, it starts to fuse helium into carbon. Oh, so I'm supposed to be doing this from the other side. Stars like our sun generate light and heat by fusing hydrogen into helium. As it grows older, the star runs out of hydrogen and starts to contract. So it does that, turns to the red giant, and eventually here. Oh, we have a fish. This anglerfish specimen was found attached to the landing gear of one of our ships that flew close to dark bramble. It appears well suited to living in dark places with minimal atmosphere. Oof. Those are really weird. Like even like real ones. They're really weird. This is a map. Oh wow. This is the map of outer space here. So Dark Bramble is the outermost planet. Giant Deep is second, so that's number 4. Brittle Hollow is number 3. Timber Hearth is number 2. The Hourglass Twins is number 1. Okay. It looks like it has oh, it's a binary planet, looks like. Oh, there's something in close here to the sun. Okay. The Interloper, which is a comet, looks like. We'll have to check that out. It's the yellow outer rock. Brittle Hollow has something interesting here. Hollow's Lantern, interesting. Ember Twin and Ash Twin, okay. Giant Team doesn't seem to have oh, it does have something. I'm not sure what those are. Dark Bramble doesn't seem to have anything orbiting it. Cool. Interesting solar system. Hornfels observations. This is incredible. At first I thought the points of light in this image were stars, but they're not. They're galaxies. And this image covers just a tiny patch of the whole sky, which means the universe contains at least 1,000 times more galaxies than we previously imagined. I think I need to sit down. That's cool. There you are. I just finished our pre-flight observations, and local conditions are good. Time to get our newest astronaut off the ground. And you'll be our first astronaut ever equipped with a Nomai translator tool. I confess, I've been giddy all day just thinking about it. We're better equipped than ever to unravel the mysteries of the Nomai. You and Hale should be very proud of your work. Tell me, what's your plan when you're in space? I think I'll start with something small. You prefer to ease into things? That's a sensible plan. More sensible than most of our astronauts tend to be, and that's a fact. Do you think you go to the Adel Rock then? Our moon would be a safe place to travel to and get your bearings in space, and I'm sure Esker would appreciate the visit. Plus, we don't know what the ancient Nomai ruins on the moon are, or why they were built. You can put your new translator tool through its paces. Well then, looks like that's all that's left is to send you off. All in all, that's a fine day for a lunch. Oh, I'm ready to get up this rock. Excellent. You'll be needing the launch codes then. Here they are. Best get off the ground before Slate makes any more modifications to your ship, eh? Good luck out there. Let me know if I can help you with anything. So that's Hornfeld's. Oh, the statue just opened its eyes. Okay. It's like it's downloading all my memories from this playthrough. And the eyes are open now. That is freaky. Freaky deaky. And no one's here to see it. That's just, that's wonderful. A super scary thing happened and no one was around to see it. The strange rock going around this grotto appears to react to conscious observation. The level-headed among us realize that there must be some sort of optical illusion at play, but Gabriel claims that the rock exists in all possible states until it's observed, whatever that means. Whatever is actually happening, both sides of this debate agree that the effect is extremely creepy. Ah, this is a quantum mechanics at work. So in order for it to appear over here, I have to manipulate it a little bit. From the moon is causing it to also move now. Still no one saw this freaky thing happen. So let's get back to the launch tower. Hey, so did you get a good look at the Nomai statue? The statue looked at me and opened its eyes. The statue was glowing. Why was it glowing? Whoa, the statue was doing what? So its eyes opened and then you saw images from your own memories and glowing lights flying around? You mean like a hallucination? Listen, no offense, but are you sure you're okay to launch? Like, medically speaking? No, that statue is definitely weird. I mean, if you're saying it happened then, I guess maybe it did, but why? Dude, you can go up there and see that it turned and that its eyes are open. Hornfeld's tried everything to get the statue's eyes open and nothing like this ever happened to them. I don't think you're going to get any answers from the museum statue, but Gabriel said they were going to Giant's Deep. Don't know which island they're on though. Maybe they'll be able to tell you more? On the other hand, Gabriel's, Gabriel, so maybe you'd be better off searching for more info on your own. Jeez, now I'm really jealous you're going into space. Hey, see if you can use our translator tool to find out more about the statue, okay? Good luck and safe flying. Actually, I wonder if Hornfeld's has anything to say about this. I'm gonna guess no, but let's find out. Hello again. Was there something you needed? Tell me more about Feldspar. Feldspar was one of the 4 founding members of Outer Wilds, along with our flight coach Gosen, Slate the engineer, and me. As ground control and later the museum curator, I didn't work with Feldspar as closely as Slate and Gosen did. I can tell you Feldspar is absolutely fearless though. Nothing scared them. Test piloted everything Slate ever built. It's a wonder Feldspar lived to see space, frankly, but they did. Flew all sorts of dangerous stunts and explored everything they could find. Then one day they just didn't come back. We don't know what happened or where Feldspar went, or even whether they're still alive. It's been a long time since they left. Was there something else you needed? No thanks, I'm good. So he has nothing to say on the matter. Apparently he probably doesn't even care. Alright, so let's head. Alright, let's see if we can get off this rock. There's wood. And here's Tefra. Hello, astronaut. Are you going into space today? Are you going into space and never coming back like Feldspar did? What? Yeah, Hornsfeld says Feldspar went away into space and didn't come back. Hornsfeld says Feldspar was the best pilot ever, but no one knows what happened to him. Hornsfeld probably shouldn't be telling you stuff like this. Hornsfeld says that too. But if Feldspar disappears, you might disappear too, right? You're not as good as Feldspar, so you should be really careful not to get lost. Thanks a lot, kid. Or old person, but kid, I'm guessing. Alright. Looks like you're ready for takeoff. The excitement of a launch is fun and all, but I can't wait to get back to working on the new ship. Working on fixing the autopilot's avoidance system for this one. Sorry. Guess I can just go up here and launch them. The sun? Oh, cool. That warps us in. View ship log. Entries? Village. So we have the one and only Hearthian village, as well as the main source of explosions on this planet. The Nomai statue in the observatory opened its eyes and looked at me. I saw strange glowing lights and my own memories flashed before my eyes. And Hell says the statue has never opened its eyes before. Also, there's the Zero G cave in there, which is a cave at the very center of Timber Hearth, used by Outer Wilds Ventures to train new astronauts. And I successfully repaired another satellite for Gosen. Let's see what rumor mode is. Gabbro says, Hell says Gabbro went back to Giant's Deep to try and learn more about the Nomai statue in the observatory. Okay. That's what we learned about. Okay. Oh, so this is like a rumored tree. Lunar ruins. I hear there are Nomai ruins built on the Adel Rock, and no one knows what they are or why they were built. The Nomai text in the observatory talks about calibrating some sort of device on the Adel Rock. And Esker is still stationed on the Adel Rock. They've been there by themselves for a while. Okay. That's our map. Is there anything else to suit up? I should probably suit up. If we're going into space like this, we should always probably be suited. Alright, let's give this a shot. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. There we go. Go flying. They've got the gauge there. It says that we made it into space. Okay, that's. There's the Adel Rock, I think. Let's see if we can get to it. Match its velocity now, okay. Now we can do some fine tuning. Okay, that's interesting right there. Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's a cave, okay. It's not where we were trying to land, so let's find that gold spot again. Whoa, I just bounced off it somehow. There, that's what I was looking for. I guess we are on there. Let's check it out. No, I don't want to go back down yet. I should have landed outside of it. Smart man now. Oh yeah, gravity is a little lower here. Oh, interesting. This stuff moves around like crazy. Okay, let's go check this out. Alright, wow. Alright, I'm trying to see. So I wonder if this is like a celestial map. What it kind of feels like. I think it made me hear something. That's what it feels like. It feels like a celestial map of some sort. Okay, so I really should move my ship out of the way. Uh-oh. The sun is expanding. Okay, yeah, this has to be a map because it's showing me each of the planets. Like that's the... Oh, I just fell in here, I think. Oh, there's an underneath here. Okay, well, let's see if there is a thing here. Colia says, I was upstairs testing the eye signal locator, and it can hear and follow the signals from the sun, giant steep, and brittle hollow. Also says, however, something strange is happening when I ask the eye signal locator to follow the eye signal. The device's indicator rotates wildly and never points to just one direction. Felix annotates, I see. I most likely calibrated the locator incorrectly. Privet, my apprentice, and I will make adjustments and try again. And then that says, this is a curious result. It's possible the eye has stopped calling out its signal. An update. Disappointingly, everything is correctly calibrated after all. Cassava says, it's send me to posit this, my friends, but I believe we need to build a more sophisticated device if we want to find the exact location of the eye of the universe. Thatch then comments, then we will build it. Don't lose hope, Cassava. Our search for the eye is what brought our clan to this place. We won't give up so easily. Interesting. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. There's trees in here for oxygen. Cool. There's your recording. Okay, wow. Wow. I've seen this ruin in other travelers' pictures, but seeing it for myself, it's really old, isn't it? But wow, this is the coolest day of my life. Okay, time for some official notes. So this is some kind of Nomai locator. It can point out the different planets, which is incredibly cool, by the way, but from what little I can understand of the writing here, I think it was built to try and find something specific. I'm not sure. I was also able to translate something about the South Pole or Brittle Hollow, so I'll fly there to see if I can learn more. Yep, just gonna go back again in the old ship and take off. Totally safe. Mostly safe. Oh, stars above. So one of our people before where's here? Oh, there's a scroll. Interesting. Oh, I can put it in, and Batch says, so where should this new, more sophisticated locator be built? It may need to be larger than this eye signal locator is. Plume seems to say off of this. Plume answers, the southern glacier on Brittle Hollow has an ample available space. I could construct a new building to house this proposed locator. And Felix replies, yes, let's build there. I imagine our young friend Kanoe would enjoy that immensely. He's always held a great interest in the eye, especially for a child born so long after the crash. Plume then replies, I will begin construction on Brittle Hollow's South Pole immediately then. So as another branch of where they should build this locator, Coleus says, Anona and those of us originally started on the Ember Twin built a quantum moon locator there, but the heat of the sun made its construction challenging. I wouldn't recommend building on that planet. Interesting. So we got some leads on things, places we might want to go. Pretty much everywhere. Alright, let's get out of this place because after... Uh-oh. Got bounced off. Okay, it's getting turned. Alright. Let's get off this planet then, okay. I believe they said there's someone here as well, so let's see if we can find that person. Is there another spot? There we go. Let's try in here. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's land right here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, we're gonna bounce. And There we go. Alright, so hopefully we didn't bounce too far away from what we were looking at. I mean, we kind of did. Whoa, a little too far. There we go. Esker's signal scope log. Day 48. Still not picking up Ryback's banjo from Brittle Hollow. I'm sure they're fine, but I'd feel better once I can hear their music. Day 51. Listen to Chirp play for a while today. Unrelated, so much to tow, Porphy, and Gosen, their flirting is not subtle from an aerial perspective. Day 55. Banjo music coming in loud and clear today. Sounds like Ryback's doing okay. That oaf, I was worried. Day 63. Today I thought I heard something. Strange. I don't know. It was probably nothing. Day 70. No, it's back again today too. Something strange is coming from Timber Hearth. Day 76. Okay, I know this is crazy, but the sound from Timber Hearth sounds exactly like Feldspar's harmonica. But Feldspar disappeared in space ages ago. It can't be them. Day 88. It's still here. This is creepy. Maybe my signal scope is broken? I better talk to Nice. Actually, that doesn't. That sounds like it's coming from out there. There's some trees. Oh. Oh, here's one of our explorers. Esker. Oh, hey, it's you. Ground control didn't tell me you were launching. Long time no see. Actually, I guess it's been a long time since I've seen anyone. Don't the other travelers come by? The lunar outpost saw more traffic back when our ships were less sophisticated and needed more frequent repairs. Nowadays, it's mostly just used to keep a set of eye on things. Sometimes Chirk comes by to say hi, but Gabbro's Gabbro, and you know how Ryback feels about unnecessary spaceflight. Don't go, I mean, anything else you wanted to ask? Was that you whistling? Probably. Or actually, definitely. The other travelers carry instruments, so they don't bother whistling. You can pick up their music with a signal scope, you know. Best spot for that is the North Pole. Great reception. The North Pole is marked in red on your mini-map. But the outer rock is pretty small moon, really. Just go north. Can't miss it. Seems lonely up here. A little. I'm in touch with ground control, Hornfelds and Gosen mostly, and they radio up to chat now and then. And when ground control forgets that I'm up here, and they usually do, I launch my little scout at the village. They forget about you? I don't blame them. For one, I don't check in as often as the other travelers since I'm always in one place. And it's not so bad up here, really. At least it's peaceful and quiet. You don't always get that in our solar system, let alone in our village. So don't go, unless you... anything else? So what is this place? Very funny. Oh, stars above your series, aren't you? That's just depressing. Welcome to Lunar Outpost, which apparently the space program doesn't bother to teach anyone anymore. When we first started our Outer Wilds, travelers used to bring their ships here all the time for repairs. Our spacefaring technology has improved loads since then, but the older ships tend to fall apart a lot. Like, more than they do now. Using the outpost cut down on the number of launches and landings taking place in the village, and also the number of fires. Nowadays, though, it's mostly just me up here raising saplings from Timber Hearth and keeping an eye on things. So that's gonna be it for now. Alright, so I need to go back towards the ship. Because I wanted it, I think over there is where the... the rocks were. I gotta be careful not to jump too high because I'll die. Oh, it's supposed to be like the landing site. That's cool. So I landed really close to the North Pole, apparently. Let's go check it out up here. Oh, so I was at the North Pole already. This wasn't the observation deck, I guess. Man, that sun looks very dangerous. This is what I was looking for, okay, so. Oops. Like a pipe or something here. There's a refuel. I don't need to refuel though. Alright, let's see what this recording says. Church research notes, property of church. This is an old crater. The neat thing here is that the composition of the samples I took from the impact site matches the composition of the ice on the outskirts of Dark Bramble. I'd posit the Adel rock was hit with a piece of the planet that used to be where Dark Bramble now lies. To follow on, maybe there are more fragments of the old planet Dark Bramble destroyed on all other astral bodies in the solar system. Oh, interesting. Alright, so is that thing messing with my gravity or something? Alright, I should actually probably head back then to my ship. Oops, just smacked myself. Why did I make it over the top here? Alright, we should refuel, I guess. And let's take off. Let's take a look and see if there's anywhere else interesting on the moon that I would want to check out. That looks interesting, so let's go check it out if we can. Oh, I need to go into landing mode because I am dim. we go. Oops. I gotta get around further, around my ship further. Ooh, the sun is really red. Okay, doesn't seem to be anything cool then. Lift off. Okay, well outside the confines. Alright, so we got some stuff over here. Let's check out our own planet over here. Oops. We did it. Alright, to repair the ship real quick. See what's going on over here. Uh-oh. Playing some weird music here, so gotta jump all the way up now. Oh, I can't climb up there, can I? I gotta go around. Not sure what this is. This is interesting. This is some kind of space rock. What's that sound? Got really dark. Oh, the sun exploded. Crazy. And all our memories are being downloaded, looks like. And we are back, apparently. Alright, well, that's going to do it for our inaugural episode. So, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this. And, of course, if you're enjoying the content, drop a like on YouTube. Drop a comment as well. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, any kind of comments or anything. And you can also subscribe on YouTube. find out when new videos drop. You can follow the channel's social media at Streams by Star on Twitter. And of course, you can always join us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/anti-starshadow, ANTI Star Shadow. So again, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.